Hi, this is Alan08, and I'm going to do a review of the new season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which is season 14. And before I begin, I just want to say, I noticed that, I remember that there are two previously housewives who were previously not asked back, and that was Crystal Minkoff and Anna Marie. And the episode begins with a layover from the last season's reunion when there was like an update on Kyle. And I got a lot of notes here, so if my eyes are darting to and fro, then that's why. Like last we heard, Kyle visited or went to Nashville to see Morgan Wade in a concert of hers. She and Mauricio were still living in the same house, but living separately. And Mauricio is looking for another home to move into. So the next scene, we get a season 14 trailer, and it looks like it's going to be some drama galore, as usual. Sun refuses to bow at Kyle's altar, her words, but we'll see how that plays out during the season. And of course, there is the blow up between Kyle and Dorit. And I'll be honest, I'm not on either one's side because, Kyle has a history of icing out people who she feels is against her, even if they tell her the truth or say what she needs to hear. And we saw that with Dorit and with Sutton, so I'm not surprised with that. And Dorit, because it's shown that she's screaming. Once again, she's like lashing out at somebody, and this time another person is not going to take that lightly. And she's lucky that it wasn't Garcelle that she was yelling at. So Dorit's got a taste of her own medicine, as far as I'm concerned. And then there's the whole Sutton leading the sisterhood pact. And per what we've seen in the past seasons, especially regarding Sutton being involved with drama with Kyle, Erica, and those two other ousted housewives, which I won't mention. Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts, considering Kyle and Erica have proven that they're not exactly your friends. So, but maybe things have changed. We'll see. We will see. I already addressed that Crystal and Anne Marie were out. Now we get a montage of what each of the ladies are up to. And let me just say, when they were showing what Garcelle was up to as she was leaving for Atlanta, I saw the pair of golden shoes that she had with like the rectangular toe at the front. That's something I could see myself wearing. Like, I don't wear heels or sandals like that, but when I do, I hope that the sandals or heels that I wear, like, especially if they're open-toed, they have like an opening where they won't form at my foot to the point where I get like a bunions or something like that. Let's see. But yeah, just a side note about the shoes that Garcelle was wearing. I could see myself wearing those. Sutton has another best friend on board this season. Who is she? Miss Bride of Chucky herself, Miss Tiffany Valentine herself, Jennifer Tilly. And I have to say, I'm happy to see Sutton has another friend on her side aside from Garcelle. And I hope that I'm sure their friendship was a lot stronger before the season. I'm hoping that it will remain that strong after the season ends. I really hope that, because Sutton does deserve better. Let's see. Sutton says that each time she and Jennifer get together is always a fun time because they're traveling friends, they're get together for brunch friends, they're shopping friends, like every type of friend. So I'm happy for her for that. And Sutton reveals that she misses Kyle and misses the happy times they had together. Well, per what y'all went through, you might want to forget all those happy times because, yeah, Kyle has proven that she is not your friend, sweetheart, so let it go. But Sutton's forgiving heart is at work again, so I can't really be mad at that. And in the next scene, Dorit meets Erica at Pacific Design to help her find new furniture, because regarding, with Tom being indicted, getting rid of furniture is a way for her to let go of the anger and let go of the memories that remind her of Tom Girardi and will take her back to that place of extreme anger. And she invites Dorit because she needs Dorit's keen styling eye, or keen sense of style as far as looking for furniture. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm still stumbling over my words. I'm working on the whole being comfortable in front of the camera and knowing what words to say. Like, it's just that brain fog I have. But anyways, Dorit just decides to come out of the gate and tell Erica that she and her husband PK have agreed to separate. And Erica was taken aback at it, like, whoa, like, really? I didn't see this coming. And Dorit in the confessional says that she finds it ironic that she's confiding in the same person who announced at BravoCon that she and PK will be the next to divorce. Well, I mean, apparently it's your decision to tell her, and apparently you seem to have let go of that anger that you felt when you heard Erica say that. So I guess all has been settled. So let's see. But apparently it struck a nerve with her when Erica made that announcement. But at the same time, I still feel that Erica shouldn't have said anything, and basically that question should not have been asked, because they knew it was shady and they knew what they were doing. And am I to gather that from Erica's sadness that I have a feeling that per the news that reached her, like, that actually became a reality, that she regrets what she said at BravoCon. I mean, she has to. And another bombshell that Dorit drops is that PK has been drinking a lot, which has put even further strain on their relationship, and I guess it's like kind of affecting their children a bit, or they don't want it to affect their children, even though Dorit later on confesses that she hasn't spoken to her kids about their separation, and neither has PK. Let's see. And in the next scene, Kyle, with the help of her 16-year-old daughter Portia, is rearranging some furniture because they're getting ready for when Erica arrives later on. And I just have to say, Portia looks so grown, a lot more grown up compared to seasons past when we were just seeing her as a little baby and as a little girl. And it's just refreshing to see children who started out as kids grow up over the years. So it's like, wow, Portia's really growing up. And from there, Kyle gives an update from the layover that we've seen earlier this episode, that Mauricio has moved out some weeks ago, and Alexa has also moved out. Well, she never said when Alexa moved out, but I'm assuming that it was at different times that they moved out of the house. And Kyle didn't expect for her house to be this quiet. Like, if Sophia wasn't at the house, it would just be her and Portia having dinners and whatnot. And it was kind of interesting because last season, when they were at that getaway where it was celebrating Anna Marie's birthday, that she was talking about her plan to move out of Los Angeles to somewhere quieter and more peaceful once Portia graduates from high school. And that very plan did not include Mauricio. So maybe she had a change of heart since then. I don't know. It was just kind of odd to me. Erica then arrives at Kyle's house. She tells Kyle that Dorit met with her at Pacific Design, which segues into a discussion about the ongoing rift between Kyle and Dorit. And even Erica has said that these two really do need to talk, like an important one-on-one conversation is very much overdue. Because there's obviously some lingering hurt feelings and misunderstandings and whatnot. But then again, I haven't forgotten how this whole thing started. It was back at the season 12 reunion when Dorit was trying to be honest with Kyle, saying, you know what? Like, this rift between you and Kathy, like, you need to take some accountability for that, because it wasn't just on Kathy alone. And Kyle did not appreciate that at all. So that was when the whole thing started, with icing out Doreen and considering Teddy and Morgan Wade her closest friends, and claiming that she and Dorit weren't ever as close as friends like that in the first place. And it's like, and I felt myself, and back in the last season, I was like gaslighting myself, like, were they never really that close? Because I saw something very different. But yeah. Oh, and there was that text that Kyle sent Dorit some days before the reunion, maybe like a couple of days or a few days before, which would seem very, very calculated. So, yeah. I didn't know what all Kyle was expecting. Like, what did you expect from that? And where did she get the nerve to accuse Dorit of publicly embarrassing her? Well, didn't you do the same thing when you gave that interview on Amazon Live, that you and Dorit weren't that close of friends? Like, you were denying the fact that you two were close friends when we saw something totally different. And even Dorit saw something totally different, because she was with you more than what the audience saw. So what are you talking about? And I didn't forget how she passive-aggressively went at Garcelle regarding that charity auction where she said she didn't pay. Like, I didn't forget that either. So, Kyle, don't gaslight us. But like that, and what I said was something that Dorit pointed out sometime later when she visited with Kathy, and that it's all right for Kyle to say and do whatever and to publicly shame somebody, but if it's done to her, it's like an unforgivable sin. Like, I can do it, but you can't. Like, how dare you? And she says, like, she doesn't have good friends that would ever do this. So is this to say you're not a good friend? Because, like I said before regarding Sutton, you have proven to not be a good friend. So, sounds like some serious projection going on here. And now when I see this, it's like, and this is directly to Dorit and Sutton, if you should happen to come upon this, which you probably won't, but I'm saying anyway. Do you two want to carry on with a friendship with Kyle? Because I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to. Because I don't think I would either. But that's just me. And that brings us to revisiting BravoCon. Because I think, is there something about Dorit saying that Kyle didn't appreciate what her answer regarding the ranking of Richard's sisters, where Dorit ranks Kathy as who she likes best and Kyle as the least. It's like, why did they even pose that question in the first place? I don't know, but they knew what they were doing. And we segue into a scene with Garcelle in Atlanta. She's working on 2 productions that she's producing. Garcelle, kudos to you. Kudos. And I have to say, she was talking about how, like, people think that, or Hollywood thinks that once you reach 40, it's all over for you. There's nothing left for you. But she is one of the many inspirations of how women over 40 can have the life that they want. And life is not over for them. They can have the life, a career, or whatever else that they want to. They can even go for their dreams. And age does not have to stop them. So Garcelle is very much an inspiration for me as someone that's nearing 40. So, Garcelle, I really love that for you. Seriously. And let me just say, it was really sweet to have her son Oliver visit her on the set. I love that for them. And next scene, the news is out regarding PK and Dorit separating. And there's a montage of Garcelle, Sutton, and Kyle from Erica getting these very news. Let's see. We get a back and forth scene of Dorit visiting Kathy at her home and PK and Mauricio meeting up at a restaurant where they talk about their perspectives or sides of what's going on between them. PK says that he has gotten sober, whereas Dorit says that PK is a full-blown alcoholic and has avoidance issues. So I don't even know what's going on with them, but I guess we'll see more of it as this season unfolds. But anyway, montage of the ladies preparing for Sutton's surrealism party. And while they were there, everything looked cool. Everything looked organized and prepared. And Dorit comes by with this interesting looking cat that's like a disc. And Sutton looks at Dorit from head to toe and wondering what she's wearing. I just want to point out here that, it's amazing how Sutton is wondering what Dorit was wearing, where she has given us outfits from the season she's been on, and people are wondering what she was wearing. Like, her taste in clothes and style is pretty questionable to some people. Me, I don't care, but I was just thinking, Sutton, you're one to talk. Love you, girl, but still. And this is where we see the new housewife named Bozoma or Bozoma St. John. And some tidbits about her is that she was the chief marketing officer at Netflix, among the other big time jobs that she's had. And she's retired right now. So hey, more power to you, girl. And the great thing about it is that here's another black housewife in Beverly Hills, and she has it's a deep melanated black woman. So I'm happy to see that. And I just want to add in a side note that on Queens of Bravo on Instagram, there was a post regarding Camille saying that the Housewife show has become too woke. And she just doesn't like how it's turning. And yeah, it's just interesting to see. And someone mentioned that if it's because there's like another black housewife coming onto the show, and that's what makes it so woke. And if that's the case with her, then she's more than welcome to not watch or not even be on the show anymore. So get over it. Anyway, Dorit is immediately fascinated with Bozoma. And when I thought about that, it's like, okay, all right, Dorit, do not make the same mistakes you did with Garcelle. Like, please don't say anything stupid. Do not put your foot in your mouth. And yeah, just don't make the same mistakes you did, assuming that you learned from them, which I doubt you have. She sees Garcelle and shoots her an awkward look, even though Garcelle was just being civil with her. Dorit says in the confessional she does not know where she stands with Garcelle after Garcelle implied that the robbery was faked at last season's reunion. I have a feeling it's more than about that, because you did express that you had a problem with Garcelle saying that she didn't trust the whole group regarding her family and the conversations regarding your microaggressions. So, you sure it's just about the implication of your robbery being fake? Because I have a feeling there's more. But yeah, you two don't need to be friends anyway, so. Garcelle, Kyle, and Erica eat and catch up with each other. Kyle tells them that Mauricio moved out and how she's dealing with the tabloid stories. And Kyle says that she didn't intentionally want to mention Morgan Wade's name because of how everything turned out. And Garcelle's saying, well, we were already talking about it, so the name was already mentioned. So it gets even more tense once Dorit joins them. And cue in the thick, eerie tension between Kyle and Dorit. because it was a long time coming for them to finally get together and talk. But it hasn't happened yet, so there's just like awkward silence between the two. Garcelle and Sutton hightail away from the table to go to the bar, and I don't blame them. Good call. Let's see. Oh yeah. What else did I do? Oh yeah. And let me just say, like, when Kathy joins the group and she's seen it taking a piece of extension out of her hair, Bazoma reacts and is like, "Oh, no, 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 no. What are you doing, girl?" I just have to say that was a hoot. Bazoma's a hoot for that. Like, she just cannot believe Kathy is actually taking out a piece of her hair extension and at a party. It's like, if that were me, I would just, like, do what I can to hold it up. But don't take it out at a party. No, don't do that. Like, do it later, not now. Let's see. There's, like, a performance with... It had the name Kat in her name, but it was then that Sutton says that she thinks that she and Erica might be friends. Emphasis on the word might. I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you, but hey, I'm the outside person looking in, so what do I know? But I can say, as the outside person looking in, I don't trust it. And I would tell, and Sutton, you need to tread lightly. And even though Sutton irritates her, Erica gives her a point for throwing good parties. That seemed kind of weird, because, like, that's all you got to say regarding her? So, like, even though she throws good parties, it seems like there's, like, a certain part of Erica that still cannot stand Sutton. So, yeah, like I said, I don't trust it. And finally, we see that Kyle asked Dorit if they could go somewhere and finally have a talk. And as soon as they ask each other to talk, it almost quickly goes left, with a lot of hurt feelings and resentment spilling on out. And from there, it's like they're back to where they started, like a whole lot of talking over each other, a lot of anger coming out. And they switch to a scene that says, "To be continued." This should be interesting. Yeah, I wonder what the next episode will hold. We shall see. Until next week, everyone. Love you. Take care. And it's almost Thanksgiving. Boy, next thing we know, it'll be Christmas and it'll be New Year's Eve and the new year. But anyways, y'all take care of yourselves now. Love you.